G'day folks, it's Cortezerino, and today we are doing another chunk build. This time it's a fairy gate. Now I've used this before in an elvish inspired build, and I could also picture this being used in an overgrown garden, but what I'm thinking for this design is this is set up at the entrance to a forest, and it's something of a warning that once you pass through the gate, there is something otherworldly on the other side. So I've done a little landscape around our fairy gate, so if you want to build this block for block, you can do that, or you can just take the design for the fairy gate and maybe put it in your garden or something like that. But yes, I've set it up for the entrance to a forest, so the villagers keep some lanterns lit at the entrance to the gate here, just to keep an eye on anything that might be coming out. And out the front it's nice and clean, but once we pass through we enter the forest, and you'll notice some mystical little particle effects there just popping out of the ground as we pass through. And then once we're on the other side, everything's very overgrown, and we've got some crazy mushrooms here emitting light. It's rather spooky. And like always, don't mind the polished diorite border running around the outside. That is just marking out our 16 by 16 area. But let's jump straight into it. You want to come out to the front of your little area here, and what we're going to do is skip the first 4 blocks, and in the 5th one we're going to place a mossy cobblestone, and we'll do that on this side as well. Skip 4 blocks, and on the 5th one place in our cobblestone. On top of that you want to place a spruce fence and then lanterns on both of those. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is put in our path. So I've marked it out with lapis blocks so you can easily see which blocks you need to turn into path blocks. So just go ahead with your shovel and build your path. Okay, so this time we've got diamond blocks in with the lapis, so what I want you to do is replace all the lapis blocks with coarse dirt and all the diamond blocks with spruce planks, just like so. Okay, so next we're going to start building the little mounds of earth that our bushes are attached to, and I've begun once again with lapis and diamond blocks. So where the lapis is, we're going to place a grass block on top, and where the diamond is, we are going to place some podzol on top. So we're not placing these in the ground, we are placing these above. And once you've placed in the dirt and podzol for that pillar, you can go ahead and do the one on the opposite side. And same thing again, place grass on top of the lapis blocks and podzol on the diamond. Okay, we've got our 2 bases in. Let's start building this up, and we'll start with this one on the right. So come over to your path, and then right here we're going to place an extra grassy block with a podzol right beside it. Now behind those we're going to go 1 grass, 2 grass, and 2 grass right there, and then in between those we're going to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we'll swing around to the other side, and we're going to put 2 grass there, then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, then repeat that, another 4 right beside it, and then 2 right there. And then to finish off the grass on this side, we're going to go 3 blocks there and 2 right beside it. Now we're going to put in some bushes, and I'm going to use jungle leaves, but by all means mix up the leaf blocks. Use a whole range of them if you want to. So first thing we're going to do is knock out those 2 blocks and put some podzol in, and we're going to go 1 leaf on top of that one and 2 right there. Now we're going to step up onto the bank, put another 2 leaves, then 1, 1, 1, and then down here knock out that block, put a podzol in with a jungle leaf. And then just down here on the ground we're going to knock out those 2 blocks, place in podzol, do 1 block right there, and grab your jungle leaves. We're going to place 1 there, then 2, 1 on top, 1 on the podzol, and in this block right here we're going to dig down 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, and we're going to place a jack-o'-lantern, right down the bottom, and then place 2 leaf blocks on top. Now back to podzol, we'll knock out those 2, place in our podzol, and we'll place 1 leaf block right there. Okay, so now we're going to add a little bit of detail out the front where our lanterns are. So come along to this block here, we're going to knock out 2, place some podzol in the bottom with jungle leaves on top. Now we'll knock out these 3 blocks, place podzol in all of those. They will have jungle leaves on top, and we'll place an extra one on top of that grass and another one up there. And then right down here we'll place a blade of grass and we'll plant a sweet berry bush right there. I'm going to bone meal mine to get it started. And then we'll plant a white tulip there. And to finish off, we will knock out these 2 blocks, place some podzol in there with some jungle leaves. Okay, so now we'll swing around to the inside where our path is. And we'll place a leaf block right up the top there. And then down the bottom here, we're going to knock out 2 blocks, place some podzol in the ground with jungle leaves on top, and we'll replace that block there with some podzol as well. And then we'll go leaf, leaf, and 2 leaves right there. Then down the bottom in this corner, we will knock out that block, put in our podzol with the jungle leaves on top. And then right here, we're going to dig down 3 blocks, place our jack-o'-lantern in the bottom, with 2 jungle leaves on top. They add a little bit of light, but they also look kind of creepy. Okay, and swinging around to the final side, we are going to knock out these 2 blocks. We'll put podzol there and coarse dirt in that one. On top of the podzol, we'll put leaves and we'll plant a large fern on the coarse dirt. Now grab your jungle leaves. We're going to place one on each of these grass blocks. Then we'll come up to the next level. We're going to go 2 right there with an extra one on the right hand side. And then we'll come up to the final level and we're going to do an L shape. So 2 right there and then another 2 on that side. Okay, before we move on to our next pillar, we're going to finish with a few leaf blocks up the top. And when you're building with a lot of leaf blocks, it gets very hard to see where I'm placing them. So I might place these with lapis, but you know that when you're placing them, place leaf blocks instead. So looking from the front, we're going to come along to this grass block here. We're going to go 2 leaves, then another 2 right there, then 1, 2, 3, 1 out toward our path, and another one toward the front. Okay, let's begin on the other side. So looking from the front, come over here, and we're going to knock out these 2 blocks and place podzol in there. And you can put 2 jungle leaves on top. On each side, we're going to plant some grass, and then we're going to put a lily right there, and then on the far side we're going to knock out that block, put in some podzol with a leaf block on top, and just in front of that we will plant some sweet berries. Then I want you to knock out 2 blocks right here and put in podzol, and then on the diagonal 2 blocks right here, podzol in the bottom, and put your jungle leaves in. Then knock out 2 blocks here, podzol, leaves. And while we're out the front, we might as well finish off this area. This is super simple, so come along to this lamppost. We're going to put a leaf block there, and another one right there, and then right here, we're going to plant some grass. Now on this side, we are going to put a jungle leaf right there with some grass behind it, skip a block, place another grass there, and then right over here, 1 grass right there. Okay, coming back to our pillar, we might start just behind this white lily. We'll put some podzol in the ground with jungle leaves on top, and behind that, a blade of grass. Now grab your grass blocks, we're going to place one there in between the podzol, and then behind that we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 up right there. Now with your jungle leaves, we're going to go 1 here, 1 on top, and then another 2. And then right behind that, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then where this very top leaf is, we're going to place another one out on the diagonal. Okay, so swing around to this side, and beginning with podzol, we're going to put 1 in the ground right there, and then 2 on that side, and you can put jungle leaves on all of those with an extra one right there. Now in these 4 blocks right behind that, we're going to build this up once, and then 1 more time, and then on the back 2 we're going to add an extra 4 like that. Now grab your jungle leaves, we'll put 1 on the podzol down there, then 2 on these grass blocks with an extra one on the right, Same thing here but reversed. 2 on top of the grass, extra 1 on the left. Okay, so swing around to the back side and we're going to start down low here on the ground. So in this gap we are going to replace that block with a podzol, place some jungle leaves there, and we'll put one there and one right there. Then I want you to knock out those 4 blocks. We're going to place podzol in these 3 with coarse dirt in the middle, and we'll put leaves on those 2 blocks right there. Then we're going to dig down 2 blocks, put our podzol in the ground with jungle leaves on top. And staying on that line, we're going to come all the way over to the path here, replace this grass with a podzol, jungle leaves on top, and then plant a large fern beside it. Okay, let's build up this pillar of earth a little bit more. So come to the inside where our path is, and against this big wall of earth, we're going to do a little staircase. So we're going to start off with 1, 2, 3 grass, and then 2, and then 1, and just in front of that, same thing but a little bit smaller, 1, 2, and 1. Now come around to the back once again, and in this little gap between the leaves, we're going to put an extra grass block there with 2 leaf blocks on top, and then right beside that, we're going to go 1 there, and another. And then finally, just to finish off the bottom, come along to where our path is here, and we are going to knock out these 2 blocks, place podzol in, put our jungle leaves on top, and then another one up on that grass block just behind it, and grab some grass, and we're going to plant 1 there, and then 1 up there. Okay, now we're ready to start building our leaf block archway, and like before, I'm going to use lapis blocks for this, just so you can see where I'm placing them. So come along to this left-hand pillar, and looking from the inside where our path is, just above that blade of grass, we are going to go 3 leaf blocks there, and then another 3 right beside it, and an extra 1 right there. Now coming forwards, we're going to place a block there, and then put 3 on top of that, and then another 2 right there. Okay, so staying on the same side, I want you to come right up to the top here, and we're going to place 3 leaf blocks right there with an extra 1 sticking out. Now on top of that, we are going to place 6. So starting here, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over toward our other pillar. Now in front, where our lanterns are, we're going to go an extra leaf block there, and 2 right there, and on the back side, we're going to place 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then to join these up is super duper simple. So come along to this top leaf block, and beside it, we're going to build out 2 blocks toward the center. Now on the front side, we're going to put 2 more blocks, and then around the back, we're just going to put 2 right there. Okay, so our fairy gate is complete, but we've just got a little bit of detailing to do out the back, and I've marked it out with lapis and diamond blocks. So where all the lapis is, I want you to place coarse dirt, and then place a podzol where the diamond is. Okay, let's add a bit of detail, and we will start over here on the left where we put in that podzol. We'll put some grass on top of that podzol, and then knock out 2 blocks here, podzol in the ground with leaves on top. Now beside that, we'll put a leaf block, and then another one toward us. Then grab some grass, we'll put some on that coarse dirt, and also on that one right there. Now just behind this grass, we're going to dig down 3 blocks, place a jack-o'-lantern all the way down there with 2 leaves on top, and then we'll also place a leaf block right there. Okay, and on the other side, come along to where our large fern is, and just in front of that, we're going to dig down 3 blocks, place a jack-o'-lantern in there with 2 jungle leaves. Just to the right of that, we're going to put some grass, and then we'll put another grass right here up the front. Now back to our leaf blocks, we're going to place 1 there, and 1 right there. And the last thing we need to do, guys, is a tiny bit more detailing. In front of this podzol, we're going to put a leaf block, and then looking from the corner, looking at that leaf block, we're going to put a large fern on each side of it. And then on top of these 2 coarse dirt, we're going to place grass. And the very final thing to do is to put in our mystic mushrooms. So place an end rod right there with a red mushroom block on top, and we'll also place a second one right here. So once again, end rod with a red mushroom block, and we'll put one on this side too. So just on top of that coarse dirt, end rod, mushroom block, and that is your fairy gate 100% complete. No, it's not. We forgot one thing, the crazy little particle effects inside the gate. And we're going to use ender chests for that. So come along from the front, and we're going to knock out that block there, knock out the one below, put an ender chest in, and then replace our grass. And on the other side, we'll knock out that coarse dirt and knock out that block, put the ender chest in, and replace the coarse dirt. So that's it, guys. I know these organic builds are a little bit tricky to follow on with, but I hope I was able to do that tutorial in a way that you could follow along pretty easily. But remember, there will be a world download in the description. This world here that has all my other little landscaping chunk builds. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm Cortezerino. I'll see you later.